Hello, hello. It's Tuesday's tip. Come on in. Let's get busy. We got some things to do today. How is everyone? Bring it on. Bring it on. It's Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. I'm waiting for people to come in. I'm waiting. There's one. Who's in there? Come on. We have things to do. There's my girl, Emily. Hi, Emily. How are you today? I am glad to see some people. Hello, Helen. Come on in. We are getting ready to jam on it. It's Tuesday's tip today. We've got some things to discuss. We've got things to discuss. And where are all the people? Have you noticed that Facebook seems to be slower? I don't know. Maybe they're just slow in telling everybody that I'm here. Hi, Don. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to you. Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. It is such a good day. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been sharing these videos. We're getting some new people into our community, and considering today's subject, I think you're going to find it really important because community is a lot. It's not everything in the whole entire universe, but it's something that we need. It's something we all desperately need. Emily put some hot melt soup in the slow cooker. That'll work. Yeah, it's time to start getting ready, you guys. It's time to start getting ready. Believe it or not. We start in a couple of weeks on March 9th. Can you believe we're already talking about March? What happened? There's Tammy. That was my winner. Didn't Tammy win last week? I believe she won the mindful mug. I need you to send me your email, Tammy. I need to send you your mindful mug. You won. I see Carla. Good to see you. And Lucy's here. Good to see you too, Lucy. And Susan from Portland. I was just there last week, Susan. Just there last week. A couple of beautiful days there, which was fun. Hi, Susie. Good to see you. Anyway, so let's get started with today because there's a lot going on. And when you share, I know you care. And we have a mindful mug going out to Tammy I just need her address, and just send that into support@savingdinner.com if you would. Support@savingdinner.com. There's Cassie and Joanne. Cassie's my lunch girl. And what we're trying to do here is create a community of support, of encouragement, and encourage people on their healthy journey, whatever it looks like. Because believe me, I have people who are in my coaching groups that don't need to lose weight, but they want a healthier way. I have other people who are trying to lose weight, other people who are trying to lose over 100 pounds. It doesn't matter what your journey is. It matters that you start the journey, because you're never going to be any better than you are today, but you can be better tomorrow by taking action today. Our health journey is all about the quality of our life. And what's on the end of your fork really matters a lot. We can't just eat like crazy people and expect that we're going to get any kind of decent result. We're playing with fire there. And I want to bring you to the place of seeing that. I want to bring you to the place and bring you alongside to help you to have the kind of life that you want to lead. So that's why we share, because we want to bring people in. There are so many people out there struggling. And they're not interested in abs of steel. They're not interested in these bikini models who are, all in their, whatever with, it's just not that. It's about having a very vibrant life that we get to participate full out in. That's why we share, because it starts with a community. You can't do this on your own. Have you tried? I've failed miserably, but a community and having people that hold me up and have my back, that makes all the difference. And that's why sharing publicly and saying a little something about this may win you a mindful mug. I check it all the time to see if you guys are sharing. And I have to say that those of you who have done it, I so appreciate it. Thank you. Bring them in, because we're going to help. right? And you're going to be a part of that help. It's not just about me, it's about us. We have the Bloom event coming up. Go to savingdinner.com/bloom. Starting on April 8th, well, it starts April 17th with a meet and greet, wine, hors d'oeuvres, etc., all of our girls together. And then on the 18th, Saturday, it's an all-day affair. We'll start with, guess what? We'll start with perfect paleo protein smoothies. I'll be making them for you. Yes, I will. And we'll have all kinds of things. We'll have everything in the shop there. You'll be able to get whatever you want and without paying shipping. And it's going to be a great event. It's community in the flesh, supporting, encouraging, creating friendships. And how wonderful is that? I hope you all see the incredible importance and the incredible necessity of having this kind of a community. Without it, we're lost. We are, because that's not how we're built to be. We are built to be tribal beings in a family, in a tribe, in a community. We can't do it alone. When we do it alone, we feel lonely, we feel lost, we feel alone and scared and frightened, and we give up. And that just does not equal a healthy, vibrant life where we play full out, having all the things that we want and having what we want with our family and friends. That's why I say this over and over again, because there is no bigger truth than just this. We need each other. And that's why we get together as a like-minded community and love on each other and create exactly the thing that we want. So I hope to see you there. If you want more information, go to savingdinner.com/bloom. It's all there. Also, we have a ships-free product this week. All you have to do is put it in your cart, and anything you decide that you want, you can get for free shipping. Anything. I mean, just as long as this one product is there, and I'm going to show it to you. It is called L-glutamine. L-glutamine is one of the things that will just absolutely rocket your world into the next stratosphere because it crushes cravings on contact. You just put it in a little dish, put it on your desk, put it on your teeth and gums. If some lovely person decides to drop the Krispy Kremes, 30 feet within your desk, and you can smell the wafting smell, and you're trying to stay away from that garbage, that garbage that crushes your health, put that on your teeth and gums and tongue and watch what happens. I have got many a lady who just doesn't go without it. They walk around with their little plastic Ziploc bags full of it, and God help them if they get pulled over by the cops. There'll be drug testing done, but this stuff's amazing. And what I'm drinking, I am drinking hot milk mix. That's what I'm drinking. Everybody always asks. It's electrolytes, it's MCT oil, and exogenous ketones all together. Puts weight loss on rocket ship to the moon, and also it just makes you feel darn good. I like to feel good. I don't know about you, but that's really important. So again, don't forget, if you put L-glutamine in your cart and you put ships free in the little window when you order, you're going to get everything that you ordered for free. And if you order our Perfect Paleo Protein, I'll tell you what, you can still jump into the Collagen Challenge. We'll send it to you for free. And you'll also get 90 recipes for smoothies that are fantastic that we've been doing forever and ever. Amen. And the sprint is coming up March 9th, guys. So go get it. savingdinner.com/sprint. We've updated it. I have an all new part of the sprint for you. And I think it's there, or it will be shortly. And it's this, because I've had a few people. I don't cook. How do I do this? I don't want to do the cooking. I don't want to do the this, and I don't want to do the that. I have drilled it down to, okay, it's the down and dirty version, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is that you wanted, that you need to do. And it will be there in the sprint as well. How do you like all that? And now that I have told you everything, it's time to move into today's subject. And before we do that, let's take a look at what this is. This is our quote of the week. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. And that's Tony Robbins. What a good quote, right? Have you ever felt that way, where the pain of just staying the same is just like, I got to change this. This is painful. I'm not enjoying myself right now. My journey is really sucking. Maybe you'll say that. I say that on occasion. I'm not going to lie. Well, fix it. Because remember, what you think about expands. So if things just are sucky, then fix it. You can fix it. There are things that you can do to fix it. And you don't have to stay where you are. You just have to take a look at the opposite of what you're doing. So if you're sitting around on your butt and you're feeling bad, let's get those endorphins going. We'll talk about that just a little bit today. And if you're part of Take Back Your Life, 7 o'clock tonight, we are doing a masterclass on endorphins because it's fascinating how this can completely alter your body's chemistry. That's a cool thing. Can you imagine? You don't have to do it with drugs. You just have to do it with a few stepped up things, food, exercise, etc. It's amazing. So the name Caroline Flack, did you hear about her this weekend? Caroline Flack. I know you heard about Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade, Robin Williams. And for me, I have a girlfriend's father named Robert Ford and another one whose son is named Chris Madden. And they all died from suicide. Where they felt hopeless, where they felt lost, where they felt like there was no reason to go on living. I've been reading some recent statistics showing that children, bullied children in school, even under the age of 10, are even considering suicide as a way out. There's a lot of ways that people are getting this really dark information, and this is becoming a choice that people are making. And the repercussions of this and the darkness of this and the incredible sadness of the people left behind is amazing, is just jarring. And I want to talk about this a little bit today because as much as, I know and I believe that we have the opportunity to create the futures that we want certainly by our thoughts and bringing in the things that we want, we all need to take a look at the serious wave of depression that hits celebrities, people who we think have everything, as well as people who are in our own worlds, as well as people who are, that we hear that are acquaintances. It's just, it is a rash of suicide. Cassie, I'm sorry about your father. That is one of the things. And, the risks for people who have this kind of who consider suicide, one of them is having a very serious illness like Cassie's dad. It's a consideration, put themselves out of that. So illness, and the other is loss, a big financial loss, for example, or divorce, or the death of a loved one. Or if there's a history of trauma where, we all have a tipping point, don't we? We all have a place where it's just one more thing. And it's just like, wow, the dam breaks and we just fall apart. The lack of community is huge. Do you hear when I say to you, we need each other, that we need community? And, I'm not just giving you just a line to bring you into my group and say, hey, let's do the sprint and yada, yada, yada. I am saying this because of the brokenness of our society, the brokenness of what's out there with our friendships, the brokenness that is just permeating everything. You turn on television, it's depressing. You watch social media, it's depressing. You watch the infighting and the trolling and all the things, it's depressing. And I'm not trying to depress you. I'm trying to give you a kernel of truth and awareness and bring you to the place of understanding that we need each other. We need each other deeply. We need each other on a daily basis. And we need to know that somebody out there has our backs. Somebody out there cares. What just killed me, and I don't even know, and Caroline Flack was, Love Island or something. I mean, I'm not from the UK, right? I don't know about her. But I read just this one little line that somebody had texted her and said, you're just too much, or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what it was. And the next thing, they found her and she was dead. Aren't we all too much? Can we just say it? that sometimes we don't say it out loud. We don't go there. We keep it to ourselves. But there's sometimes when we all feel like we're just too much and that it's heavy and that there's a burden. And it's hard. We get down. There's a stigma for asking for help. You know, we don't want to look like we're weak. We don't want to look like there's some kind of, whatever is going on. That mental illness, if we could just unstigmatize that, destigmatize it, whatever it is. Mental illness, think about it. I have a broken thyroid. Somebody else over here might have a broken brain. It's the stigma for my thyroid shouldn't be any different than somebody with a mental illness. It happens. I have it in my family. I bet you have it in yours too. And yet we treat this as something under the table. Hush, hush. We don't want to, talk about it. And yet we're watching very much with big open eyes and just like, oh, wasn't that sad? Robin Williams. Oh my gosh, Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade. They had so much to live for. Well, guess what? Chris Madden, my girlfriend's son, who she found hanging in her basement, and Robert Ford, a doctor, a well-respected doctor who blew his brains out on the side of a river, he had something to live forward to. Both of them did. We all have something, but something breaks inside you about that is if something is broken inside, we have the ability as a community to come around. We do. Now, we're not going to save everyone. And I'm not talking about being, Caped Crusaders and going out and saving the world. But we have to talk about this. It shouldn't be a stigma to talk about it. It should be something that is brought out into the open and is said that there are hurting people around you, and we have an obligation to one another as a community to say, I love you, I care about you, what do you need? And then to sometimes allow, and we have to have boundaries, and it's hard, and how do you know? But to allow and to know that sometimes somebody's going to be too much. They're going to be a lot. But we're there anyway. We're there anyway. And Danny's right, sometimes it's not easy to help those who do close down and don't open up. But all we can do is do what we can do. We can't save the world. We can't force somebody to open up, but we can always let someone know that we are there. We can always pray for those around us that we know are hurting. We can always take a meal to someone. There's always something we can do. Love is greater than all of this. Love is greater than this kind of depression that is eating people alive. Good grief, get off of there. So what can we do, especially if it's, what if it's you? What if you're the one who has this depression, this or cloud hanging over your head, or worse? When do you just drop everything and go check yourself in somewhere? Or what do you do? Well, I'm going to say this, and I think this is the truth, that I think we always need to be open to the fact that we are not helpless and that we can do something. We can do something. One thing that we can do is we can take a BComplex. Believe it or not, there are certain supplements out there that are super helpful for this kind of thing. And a BComplex is one of the best. I'm going to give you two that I like. Just simply because they've helped me before, and I have been in a dark place, haven't we all? I've also required therapy. I also required an antidepressant at one point. So what? It was that part of my life, and it was a part of my life where, I was on the floor. I just didn't know where to go next. And I'm telling you this because I just want you to know that we all have times in our lives where we're pretty down. And when we are down, we need to know. We need to go see somebody. We need to check ourselves in, or we need to start doing something. And I'm just going to throw some things out For you, you need to make these determinations. But at the same time, to be aware of what's out there and who's out there and who you might lend a kind word to that means all the difference in the world. And if it is you, like I said, you take a B complex, a methylated B complex, because half the population needs methylated Bs. And this B complex really helps with depression. It just does. This is part of the whole parcel. Now, B complex works together like a symphony. It sounds beautiful when it's all together, but a tuba playing by itself does not sound great. And a lot of times people go and kind of hand pick through the Bs. Don't do that. If you need a little extra B, like I take a little extra biotin for my hair, but I also take a B complex on top of that with a little extra B biotin, okay? Oh, Terry, I'm sorry. Terry's 26-year-old daughter ended her life off the Golden Gate Bridge 15 years today. Bless you, Terry. Bless you. The casualties of this kind of thing are the people who are left behind, and the people who are in such pain that was what they felt was their only choice. And if there's something that we can do today, a kind word, a reaching out, and if there's somebody that's on your heart, by God, reach out to them today. Send them a text message. Better yet, phone them. Get on the phone. Old-fashioned, I know, but get on the phone and just say, hey, I was thinking about you. How you doing? And take the time. Schedule some time to talk to them because it means everything. Another thing that you can do is it's called SAMe. It's capital S, capital A, capital M, dash, lowercase e. Now, this is an enzyme, and in the EU, it is a prescription drug for depression. If you want to take a look at what this stuff does, I suggest that you Google it, plus research and read about it. It is as effective as any antidepressant on the market. And again, here in the United States, we can have it. We can have that. But we can just go buy it as anywhere. But I also suggest that you buy it in blister packs. That's how we sell it. We have it on our line. I take it myself personally. It's good for the joints, and it also helps elevate the mood. It is amazing stuff. I just can't understand why people don't understand how incredible this stuff is. So you know about this. SAMe, incredible stuff. Get it. I do 400 milligrams a day. That's 2 of our caps. You can start with 200. You can adjust your dose as necessary. You can even work with a doctor. But show them the research when you go in there. That would be my first line of defense before going to other antidepressants. Just saying. I'm not giving you medical advice by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just telling you there are supplements out there that are very effective for depression. If you look it up and do the research, you'll see it for yourself. I'm telling you, Professor Google doesn't lie, especially if it's on PubMed. Exercise. There's these things called endorphins. We've got dopamine, serotonin, even morphine. We secrete morphine. It makes us feel better. It elevates our mood. It gets all the things going. And getting to the gym and just doing what you need to do is going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference. When you don't do this, and you're left in your sinking, spiraling down thing, you lose it, you lose it. So getting off your duff and going out and doing the exercise, even if you don't feel like, will make a difference. The other thing is don't isolate. Please don't isolate. And if you know somebody who's isolated, bring them into your community. Ask them out for tea or coffee. Ask them to come over. Take a meal over to their house. Go over and just be of service. Let them know they count, The other thing is, if this is you, do things you like. If something that you like is been languishing, like if you like to quilt and it's been languishing in your closet for, months, Go pull it out. I don't care if it takes up your whole living room. If it makes you happy, do it. And while you're at it, put on the Three Stooges movie and watch these knuckleheads go for it. It's absolutely ridiculous and it's funny. Watch I Love Lucy. Watch a funny movie. Watch something that makes you laugh. When you laugh, those endorphins get released again and it makes you feel better. And then I've got what I call the 3 C's, and that is those critical thoughts need to be flipped. And you can do this, the pro-con list. You know, that's what you can do. On the one side of the list, you put the pro, staying the way I am. On the con side, it's killing me. Pro on this line, on the pro side, you want to put something along the lines of, whatever it is. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you know what it is. What are the things that are bothering you? Write them all down and then put the flip on the other side. When we do that, things start to change. We start to find our own solutions, and it makes us feel a little self-sufficient. It makes us feel better. I have done this myself with both of my kids, and it makes a difference. Sit down, do your pro-con list, and start figuring some things out yourself. When you feel like you can do it, it's going to help. The other thing is be curious. Like, what is this about? At that point, you're not saying, oh, this doesn't exist and pretending it doesn't exist. But when you look at it and you say, I'm curious, why am I feeling like this? What is the thing going on here? And then you make an assessment. And Danny's absolutely right, because diet's going to be my next thing. You're making an assessment and take a look. Well, I've isolated myself. Well, I got depressed when my dog died. I got depressed when, they cut my hours at work, or all the different things. It's okay. Be curious about what it is that you're feeling. If you can, then go and add them to the pro-con list, you can start seeing some solutions. And that's a biggie. And then confess it. Just say to a friend, somebody, when you feel like you can open up and just say, I've been feeling a little down. Or this is what it is. This is what's been going on in my life. Having somebody with skin on just listen to you and hear you out, gosh, it makes all the difference in the world. And the next thing, of course, is your diet. If you're eating a bunch of carbs and sugar and a bunch of crap, you're going to feel like crap. We know that. There are studies that prove it, And just maybe having a day where you're just going to knock it off and eat a bunch of vegetables and do some big, nice, comforting soups and different things like that, it's going to move the needle on how you feel. It just will. It's what it does. And the last thing is reach out for a therapist if you need to. Find a priest, find a pastor if you can't afford therapy, but find somebody to talk to who will listen to you, who will take the time to go through it with you. You're not alone. You're not. And you don't have to be a statistic, This whole thing, Caroline Flack, never heard of her, but I was crying over her this week because somebody said she was too much. And I'm here to tell you, you're never too much. You're never too much. We all are. We all are, and we all have our things. But our lives are important. We are here on purpose, put here by God, for a mission, for a purpose. And our mission is to find it. Our mission is to find it. And in community, taking care of ourselves and doing things that are proactively for us is going to change things and is going to shift us from this place of despair into a place of hopefulness. Hopelessness doesn't have to be the end of it. We just need to look at what could be the opposite of that. And are there people out there? And my answer to you is yes, there are. Yes, there are. Come into our community, Just come into the community. You don't have to sprint. You don't have to do anything. But come on in. Because there's love there. There's support. There's encouragement. And you're never, ever, ever going to be too much. And that's a promise. All right, I don't know why this has gotten me all teared up, but it has. I appreciate you guys. And again, thank you for sharing this. And I very, very, very appreciate the fact that you're all here with skin on and that you're lovely. And I can't wait to see most of you at our event, the Bloom event. Peace out, you guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.